Well, hey friends, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Last week, I posted a video where I did a collection preview of the Mary Kay Winter 2020 collection. And I had some requests to do a tutorial with the Mary Kay highlighting and contouring sticks. So these are our Mary Kay at Play limited edition products. And we have a highlighting stick in rose gold, and then we have two contouring sticks, and they are available in Sculpted 1 and Sculpted 2. So we have a lighter color and a darker color depending on your skin tone. And again, like I said, I previewed them in the video, but I did not show you how to use them. So I did ask you to let me know if you'd like to see a tutorial, and I did have some of you guys request that. So that's what today's video is. I am going to show you how I personally use these two products to contour and highlight my face, and which tools you can use to blend them in. As always, if you find this video helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up because it helps me to know what type of content to create for you all. I hope that this is helpful to you, and I really thank you so much for watching my channel. If you don't know anything about me, I am a Mary Kay independent beauty consultant, and my channel was created to bring our catalog to life. So I take the products, I show them to you, explain them to you, and show you how to use them. So if you like that kind of content, again, make sure you subscribe. I post twice a week, so there's always lots of new content for you guys to learn more about the products and the techniques. So thank you for joining me, and let's get started. Before I get started, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post on my Instagram and my Facebook pages some charts on how to contour according to your face shape. So I always link my social media pages below, so go ahead and check them out. And I'm just pulling a few images off of Pinterest, so that's really a great resource as well, is to, go onto Pinterest and try to find different charts for different face shapes. Like I said in my eyeshadow series, you know what? Everyone's face is different, and everyone's face is unique, and everyone's face is beautiful. So please do not feel like you need to contour your face just because you need your face to look more oval. If you have a different face shape, celebrate it. It's okay to look different because that's how God created us all. We're all different. But just keep those things in mind when you see those contouring charts. And it's not something that every single person needs to add into their routine. So I just wanted to get that out of the way before we get started, because I just think it's an important message that it's not imperative that you contour. And some people like to contour their face a lot, and some people just do a little bit. So whatever amount of contouring that you like to do with your face is perfectly fine. Today I wanted to show you a little bit of technique with these new contouring sticks. So, we already have contouring powders in our line, and I use my contouring powder pretty much every day because there are a couple of places that I like to contour, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. But I love these sticks. I think they're a great option. I think that they're really easy to use, so I am excited to show them to you. The Sculpted one is recommended for ivory to kind of a medium beige skin tone, and then the Sculpted 2 is recommended for that medium beige up to the bronze skin tone. So of course, it really, I think, depends on the look that you're going for, and how much contouring that you like. But I have obviously a lighter skin tone, so I am going to use the Sculpted one. So let me get started and show you some of the areas that I like to contour my face. Now, again, I have an oval face, so I don't, according to the charts, I don't need a ton of contouring, but there are a couple of areas where I can contour. So one of those areas where I can contour is underneath of my cheekbone. So there's a couple of different ways I can do it. I can actually just do some little kind of like little dots like this underneath of my cheekbone, or I could just draw a line there. So I would start kind of here at the top of my ear, and I would just kind of come down underneath of the cheekbone. So my bone is here. I can feel that. I'm going to come down here kind of into the hollow of the cheek. Now another area that I like to contour is right here. So in the last 5 years, I've put on a little bit more weight than I used to have. And, you know, I definitely see that fullness in my face and a little bit right here underneath, you know, where I kind of have my double chin. So I want to contour that. So I'm going to take this, and someone that really just wants to define, they would actually come here right above that bone. Now I actually like to contour underneath because I want to hide that little bit of that double chin that I have. So underneath of here, and do into the other side. All right, so just like I did on the other side. All right, so the thing that you're gonna notice about these is they are super, super creamy. All right, another place is the top of my forehead. So you can see right here that my hair, unless I wear my hair back, but either way, this is where my part is right here in my cowlick. So this part of my forehead's a little bit higher than the other part. So I just kind of like to contour right through here. Again, I mean, you know, my skin obviously is still there, but it's just gonna give a little bit of a shadow there just to make it a little bit more even across the top. So a little bit right there. And then I'm just gonna do just a tiniest little bit on this side just to kind of even that out. So that is going to even out my forehead. Now another area that you may want to contour is your nose. So if your nose is a little bit more wide, you can contour the sides of it to make it a little bit more narrow. And mine isn't necessarily wide, but I just want to kind of add some definition there. So I'm going to just do a little bit just along the sides of my nose. Again, just adding that bit of definition. Okay, now what you can do, I know I look kind of silly, huh? All right, what you can do now is that you can blend this with your fingers or with a brush or with a blending sponge. There's so many different options, but I'm going to show you with the Mary Kay blending brush. You've seen me use this in some of my videos before, and I feel like this is a perfect tool to blend this in. So I'm going to start just blending. Start with the forehead here. So you can see immediately how easy that starts to blend in. Again, it's just so creamy. And I don't want to leave any harsh lines, so I want to make sure that I blend out the edges of this real well. All right, that kind of got up into my hairline. I don't know if you can tell where it's not really blended in that great, so I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to blend it where it kind of goes into my hairline. I also have on some root spray, so I think that might be what is some of that is as well. Because it's almost time for me to get my roots done again. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and blend the sides of my nose. Now, if this is a little bit big, you can also use the Mary Kay cream color brush. So I'm actually gonna use that cream color brush along the side of my nose because it's a little bit smaller, so I'm going to get a little bit more control here with that smaller brush. So I'm just blending it out, but I'm trying to be careful not to move the product, because if I just came in here and blended this just all over and blended it out completely, then it defeats the purpose of trying to contour. So we want to blend the product so that we don't have any harsh lines, but at the same time, we want to keep the product in place where we put it so that we get that definition where we want it. All right, do you see how it just kind of defines my nose? And again, I'm just really making sure to keep it along the sides of the nose. So my nose is definitely more well defined. Okay, so I'm going to come back to my blending sponge and I'm going to blend out right here underneath of my cheekbone. Do you see how easily this brush just blends that out? Now with the cheeks, you want to be careful that you don't come down too far. We really want to keep it right under the hollow of the cheek, and I'm just blending up slightly because I don't want to pull and make my cheekbones look lower than they are. I want to lift. Now I do not have on any blush yet. You want to do your contour before you apply your blush. So another thing to note, obviously I have on my foundation and my concealer. And if you were to, I actually have this CC cream on today. And if you are using a liquid foundation or a CC cream, I think if you were to apply these contouring sticks specifically, because they're so creamy, if you applied them on your bare face and then went over top with a liquid foundation or a CC cream, I think that they would just end up moving everywhere all over, and they wouldn't stay exactly where you placed them, again, because they are so creamy. So my recommendation is if you're using your Time Wise liquid foundation, if you're using a CC cream, any kind of liquid or cream foundation, I would apply that first and then come on top with these contour products. Now, if you are using a powder foundation, such as the Mary Kay Mineral Powder Foundation, then you would apply them and then apply the powder foundation over top, because we don't apply creams over top of powders typically. All right, so do you see how this just blends really easily right there? And I'm going to pull it down just a little bit. All right, and so what this is going to do is this is going to just really create that shadow underneath of my jawline. And again, that little bit of extra weight that I'm carrying that kind of gives me that shadow, that double chin, it's going to hide that, and it is like an instant facelift. So you just really want to make sure that when you do this technique that you blend really well and kind of pull it down the cheekbone a little bit, or pull it down the jawline a little bit, because you don't want to have this line that's not very well blended. So just make sure that you blend that really well. But again, if you don't have a very well-defined jawline, this is a great technique right there. It's just underneath, and it's just going to add that definition. So those are the areas that I like to contour. What I would do after I contour my face is now I'm going to apply my cheek color. I'm going to use my 3-in-1 cheek color brush, and I'm going to apply Juicy Peach right here. And so I want to keep my cheek color right on the bone right here. So the contour is underneath, and then the cheek color is right on that bone. And I am starting right here, just above where my ear kind of starts right here, just above that, and I'm coming down. Now with the cheek color, we don't want to get too close to the nose. So you want to have about 2 fingers width right there between the edge of the nose and where we stop that cheek color. And this is just going to help to lift and sculpt. So if you are contouring, you really need to be using cheek color. And I'm always just pulling upward. So I talk about with, with skincare, we want to do the same thing. With makeup, we want makeup to lift. So we want to pull upward. So I think I'm just getting some really bad reflection on this side with the makeup. So it is not, I'm not really, I don't know, my lights are a little bit kind of crazy today. All right, so let's just focus on this side a little bit more. All right, so that is the contouring and the cheek color. Now I want to talk about the highlighting stick. So the highlighting stick is available only in one shade, and it is the rose gold, and it's a shimmery color. You're going to find that with contour, they are matte, and you would always want to use a matte contour. And then with the highlight, a lot of highlight is a shimmer. You can use a matte highlight as well, but a lot of times you're going to find that shimmer. And so whereas the contour is designed to make things recede or try to kind of minimize something, the highlighter is going to be in areas where you want to bring forth or highlight. So what we want to do is we want to highlight certain points of our face that we want to draw attention to. So for a lot of people, that is the top of the cheekbone. So I'm just going to take, and again, my cheekbone is right here. So I feel the bone of my cheek, and I'm gonna go just right above that. Now, as I've gotten a little bit older, and I have these little fine lines and wrinkles right here, I want to make sure that my highlight doesn't come right into these fine lines and wrinkles because I don't want to accentuate them. So I'm just going to keep it right here at the top of my cheekbone. And I'm just using my fingers to, blend this in. So right there. You can also highlight right under the brow bone, right there, if you want to add a little bit of highlight, a little bit of shimmer. And you can highlight down the center of the nose is another place where a lot of people will highlight right there, the center of the nose. Another great area is this Cupid's bow right here. And again, these are just so creamy. This one I'm only adding just those little dots. So it's really easy to blend this in with my fingers instead of using a brush. But you can certainly use that cream brush or that blending brush again. So let me just finish this side of my face. So, use your fingers to feel, that cheekbone, and, use that for reference if you need to. It's okay. Sometimes it's hard to see, those bones on your face, so you need to feel for them. And again, just, some people do bring their highlighter all the way down here, and really it's just, if you have those fine lines and wrinkles, we just want to make sure the highlighter doesn't get into those crow's feet there. So just think about that when you're applying it. But that is my highlighter. It's very, very subtle. It's probably hard to pick up on camera, but you want to just highlight, again, the areas of your face that you want to draw attention to, you want to lift. Another area that you can is put a little dot right here, right above the arch of your brow. And again, that is just going to create that lift, because with the highlight, what happens is as the sun catches it, it's just going to, reflect off, and wherever you get that, you're just going to get that little bit of a lift. All right, so that is the highlight and contouring sticks. And remember, they are limited edition. And if you want to see a little bit more information about them, I will link them below so you can check them out at my personal website. I think these are a great addition to, your makeup wardrobe, especially if you are new to contouring and highlighting, because with the creaminess, they go on so easily, they blend out so quickly, and I think that they are pretty pretty much foolproof. And don't forget that if you are curious to see kind of where on your face you would need to contour or highlight, I will link those contouring charts on my Instagram and Facebook pages, so make sure to hop on over and check those out. If the video was helpful, if you liked it, to give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Don't forget to come back in a few days where I'll have another video for you. So thanks so much for watching. Bye, friends. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the red bell notifications. As always, I'll put links below to check out more information about the products used in today's video, as well as links to my social media pages. Come on over and say hi.